Now, after weeks of mounting climate change protests, UK government advisers are calling for Britain to lead the way globally by cutting greenhouse gases to nearly zero by the year 2050. They say if other countries follow the UK, there's a 50-50 chance of staying below the recommended temperature rises. The Committee on Climate Change says that goal is achievable with existing technology, but it would require a number of steps, including phasing out new petrol and diesel vehicles by 2035 at the latest, but ideally by 2030. While noting that people are already eating less red meat, it predicts a 20% drop in beef and lamb consumption. And it recommends an increase in the use of renewable, low-carbon electricity. Well, let's get more reaction now on that climate report from Alex and our team in the Cube.
Watching out there, 2050, the target that's been set by these government advisers, that's the Climate Change Committee in the United Kingdom. And that was welcomed by an organisation called the Elders. That was founded by Nelson Mandela and Ban Ki-moon, the former UN Secretary General, one of those members, welcoming the decision to commit the UK to go carbon neutral by 2050. So a sense there that this is good news, a step in the right direction. But it is fair to say that the dates that have been set for this, the time frame that's been put in place, while the Climate Change Committee themselves call this a really bold, innovative approach, a new approach, other people are saying, actually, it's still too conservative. Well, the World Wildlife Foundation, they've cautiously welcomed it. And they've said up till now, we've been acting as if we have time. They go on to say, but if we want a world with still all these wonderful natural features like coral reefs, coastal cities that are safe enough, we must act now. They go on to say that if new technologies could speed up this process, bringing the dates back from 2050 to even sooner, then that would be welcome. But then look at this. Extinction Rebellion, that group in the United Kingdom and indeed around the world, but in the UK it was there, they brought several parts of central London to a standstill. This is their take on that report. They say it's a betrayal of current and future generations. They think this time frame is far too long. So to understand why, I spoke earlier to Dr. Bing Jones from Extinction Rebellion to get his take on these dates on this new report given to the UK government.
It's not enough. It isn't going to work. And even if everybody did agree to and act on all of the things in it, it's still not going to work. So we have to set what is called, in political terms, an impossible task. If we stick with our present government's plans, we will all be dead.
Some polls in the UK media tonight saying that the majority of Britons don't want to go through with giving up on meat. And then, of course, this comes, let's not forget, the day after the UK Parliament made a very symbolic gesture backing a Labour Party motion to declare a climate emergency. But two key things here, both this report and this symbolic gesture in Parliament are advisory. The UK government itself is what sets policy. That's the first thing to remember. The second thing is we are yet to see concrete policy proposals coming forward from the UK government to implement either this a declaration of a state of emergency or the full findings of this report. So, Janat, it's fair to say tonight a cautious welcome from most climate activists. Extinction Rebellion thinking it's still not enough, but it's really the action and not the symbolism that I think a lot of people will be wanting to see leaders move on, respond to in the coming weeks.
Alex, thank you very much for that. And still to come here on EuroNews tonight, a week after Cyclone Kenneth caused devastation across